This video may contain spoilers. Viewer discretion is advised. I am encompassing the energy of Dozy today. Yes, pure golden retriever energy, because we're just so excited to see this second update, and we're just gonna get right into it, starting with pets. If this is your first playthrough, on Spring 7 of Year 1, you'll get a pet. If you've been playing, it'll come the second day after you update the game. If you're having a difficult time choosing between all these cute color options, no worries, you can customize the pet's appearance, species, and name at any time. And something that makes me so happy is that you can give your pet small jobs like gathering wood, stones, or foraging. You'll see them outside your farm, hard at work, and they must not be interrupted. Like you, they have a very important job to do, and you can give them pets and collect the items the next day. If you're a new player, a little bit of materials from your pet can go a long way, especially for the main story, which uses quite a bit of wood and stones, bringing us to the Town Repair questline in Stone Refinery. Arguably, I'd say completing this quest is better sooner rather than later, because this will unlock the Stone Refinery, which will become very important for some quality of life improvements like teleporting from the mines, as well as the sprinklers and auto petter for animals. To unlock this questline, you'll need to have the inn upgrades completed, have your town renown level at 55, and have 400 stone and 200 wood. Which again, can feel like a lot, but if you have a lot of stone already, this unlock is amazing for so many reasons. For one, this will give you a mine storage chest, which is so convenient. I feel like my bag is always full when I leave, and when I go back the next day, I always seem to forget to drop off items in my chest at home. And then we have a nice teleportation chalice, which can transport us back to our farm. And importantly, the Stone Refinery crafting bench. This allows you to turn all of that extra stone you might have had laying around into a variety of materials from wood, hardwood, clay, and sod, refined stone and essence stone, both which are needed to craft sprinklers, and you can turn these stones into gemstones, which is very important for our next part of the video, which is unlocking Caldarus. To unlock Caldarus, you must have reached floor level 60 in the mines, which will immediately trigger the questline. Without spoiling what that fourth item is, because it does play a main part in the story and Junie will tell you about it, here's all the items that you will need in total. 10 silver ingots, 10 rubies, 10 sapphires, 11 emeralds, and I say 11 because one of these is needed for the actual offerings, as well as 1 rock root and 1 faceted rock gem. Luckily, I had majority of these stashed away in some chests, but will say the faceted rock gem might be a little tricky if you don't have it already, because it's an uncommon artifact that you'll have to dig up in the deep earth levels. Once you have all of this and go to complete the offering, this is when you'll meet Caldarus. I'm only sharing as far as what the devs have shown on their teasers because I loved this part of the main story, dialogue, and how this all comes together. Caldarus will teach you a very important spell, which some of you guessed right in a past video. It's a fire spell called Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath will need 2 mana, and let's think of this as a destruction spell. I'll spread out the use cases of the spell throughout the video, but we'll start with the most obvious in terms of story progression. This spell will help clear the way to the deep woods, and I'm sorry I'm not telling you what's out there. Just trust me that it was far from all my predictions in past videos and opens the door to so much lore that I'd love to talk about with you all in another video. All I will say as a tiny teaser is the first time you explore this area, it gives some huge Howl's Moving Castle vibes, and this is beyond the small clip I'm showing here. But you will find useful materials out there that will help you craft some sprinklers like this flower and this vine. So remember these locked areas we talked about before? I wanted these so badly to be secret passageways to the mines, but they are not. They are actually little caves that you can blow down like the Big Bad Wolf with your new Dragon Breath spell, and this is how you'll get the sprinkler and animal auto petter recipes. In case you need help finding these locations, the sprinkler recipe is to the east of the lighthouse on what looks like a little island, and the auto petter is to the left of Errol's house. The water sprite statues or sprinklers will water your crops in a 2-tile radius each day, and the animal sprite statues or auto petters will play calming music each day, as long as these are all powered by essence stones. So when I unlocked the stone refinery and made my first essence stone, I thought they could charge our tools, which would be cool to see, but they actually charged the sprinklers and auto petters. The larger the essence stone, the more days this tool will work until it needs to be replaced. I actually love this addition of essence stones. I always felt like I had more essence than I knew what to do with, so I think this will add a great balance to the game in the long run and potentially ways to think about resource management. Plus, petting animals and watering crops by hand always felt like it took up half of our days or longer. So overall, I like the balance that all of these new features bring into the game. We also have a farm expansion now, which is great because after decorating my entire farm, I realized I had little to no room for animals and especially crops. This farm expansion is very generous, but again, kind of costly. It'll cost you 40,000 tesserae, 50 refined stone, and 50 hardwood. But hear me out. I highly recommend unlocking this if you're nearing the end of a season, have full mana, and plan on using this area for crops or cattle. Here's why. Dragon's Breath can be used as a very powerful and chaotically fun way to clear an entire area, and you'll get all the materials from this area too. Since it takes 2 mana, like I said, maybe it's something you kind of plan for when all of your mana is stored up, so you can take it all down in one giant swoop. Do take some caution though. I wanted to see how the spell worked in other areas, so I saved my game before doing this and went to my nicely decorated farm, and some people just want to watch the world burn. So let's talk about the mines. We have some pretty familiar faces in terms of monsters here, but they're even more annoying. For example, the mushrooms pee a toxic waste and it causes a lot of damage if you step in it. Rock clods are just throwing you extra projectiles. Ore clods do a ton more damage as well as stalagmites. And the saplings, once killed, produce offspring that splits into 2 that you have to kill. But the mimics are still here and harmless as ever, and still give you nice rewards as long as you feed it. Oh yeah, you can use Dragon's Breath here too, and it does 999 damage to enemies. It's your dream come true. It turns rock and ore clods to coal and incinerates them and everything else in your path. I'm getting far too excited about mass destruction. Let's switch to a lighter note. So I know we got a new festival. I know, we'll get there, but what if I told you you can ask Caldarus and take him to the Shooting Star Festival? And no, this time he won't be in lawn ornament form. And yes, there will be very lovely dialogue to make you swoon. Try it out. Feel free to let me know in the comments if Caldarus has swept you off your feet, or if you're still standing strong with your romanceable character of choice. I'll say I'm kind of struggling. But anyways, the new festival is one traditionally held in most farm sims. It's the Animal Festival. You can enter 1 large and 1 small animal for a chance to win animal cosmetics and decor. If you want my honest opinion, the spring and animal festivals as they stand leave much to be desired, but that's just me personally. It's cute, there's nice dialogue added, some NPCs will ask you to stand next to them in these cute little cutouts, and getting second place in both brackets, I did get quite a bit of rewards, including cute plushies, but I can't seem to put my finger on it. There's just something missing, like a mini game, something to do with your pet on this day. Maybe having a pet competition against Dozy to see which pet can gather more sticks. I also feel like it would be cute to have even more dialogue when you show your pet to people. While it would give a nice nod to the Harvest Moon games, I think it'd be cool to see all the characters' reactions to a cat versus dog. Like, what if March hates cats? Or he secretly loves them? What if Junie doesn't like any other animals besides Dozy? This would be such a small detail that I think would add a ton of depth to each of the characters. Is there anything you'd like to see added to festivals? Let me know in the comments below. Speaking of NPCs, Elsie has a new gossip feature that you can use once per day. If you are new to the game and it's not showing up, no worries, the quest will appear on Summer 1, Year 1 for new games and will be available immediately for games past that point. You can trigger this quest via the request board. NPCs also have more dialogue. While I haven't dug too far into this, it seems to follow the same approach as the first update, where there are some characters that might have a few things to say after you progress something in the main story or make a new discovery. Without any spoilers, after you unlock the Deep Woods and explore, notable characters to talk to are Ulrich, Terethia, Josephine, Valen, and Hayden. There might be more. If there's any I missed, please let me know and I will make a pin in the comments. Now on to Town and Renown. 24 additional requests have been added to the request board. So far from what I noticed, a lot of this is the new fish, bugs, and forageables from the update. There are 4 new crown requests. The Renown level has increased yet again by 20 levels with rewards, and 2 new museum sets were added to each wing: insect, archaeology, fish, and flora, which means that new forageables, insects, fish, and artifacts can be discovered in the deep woods and the lava mines to complete some of these sets and these rewards. Onto customization in cosmetics. Because we got the new Animal Festival, the cosmetics we got in this update all seem to be animal-centered. If I had to give a percentage, I'd say like 80% is all animal cosmetics that you can purchase from the Animal Festival, and when offering 10 beads to the Chicken Shrine. Aside from that, the other 20% goes to 5% at the Saturday Market, which includes heart hair clips from Vera's stall, and the basic cabin, cottage, and cake counters at Mary's. 5% to the new mines, which gives you gold that you can craft into gold armor, the tarnished armor cosmetic, as well as a new lava mines furniture set. And the last 10% goes to the cosmetics and decor that we may or may not see in Renown rewards. And from the museum sets, I personally haven't gotten that far, but if you have, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I do like these cosmetics for our pets. I gave Jimmy a sun hat and it looks like he's ready to go find the One Piece. But I still stand with what I said in a past video. I really hope that the next update we get gives us more tops and bottoms to choose from. As it stands, it feels a bit unbalanced and you have to get really creative with pairings from different sets for outfit choices. The skill cap remains at 45, but 9 new tier 4 skill perks have been added. There is 3 in blacksmithing, 3 in mining, 1 in cooking, 1 in archaeology, and 1 in fishing. Cooking feels the most noteworthy here. There's a perk called Magical Meals, which means cooking a 4-star dish will occasionally result in a bonus mana infusion, which can restore an extra mana orb when consumed. I do want to mention the mining perks here too, that will help you when crafting with the stone refinery. Refined rockery will reduce all recipe times by 10 minutes, and break 1, get 2 will sometimes give you back a bonus crafted item. Keep an eye out for those. I think these are extremely helpful in this update, and I wish I discovered them sooner before I wasted an entire day making refined stone. With so many amazing features and the grand reveal of Caldarus, which some of you have been very patient about, and if you have not seen Caldarus and want to experience his reveal yourself, now we are entering that Caldarus reveal territory. I won't share actual dialogue from the update, but various expressions and seasonal outfits that I kinda dug deep to find for your viewing pleasure. Last warning in 3, 2, 1. So I will say I was not expecting him in a half-dragon, half-human form, but I totally dig it. He is kinda giving moody dragon emo boy vibes with a dash of howl, and a little sprinkle of Sesshomaru, especially in his winter portrait. Some of his dialogue is just such a wonderful contrast to this. He is just overall so caring, sweet, and has some cute sprite animations. While we didn't get his heart events, his overall character progression feels like we were souls that met in a past life kind of trope that I think is bound to have very exciting build-up and progression, especially since he's tied to the main story. So you wanted to see a spicy picture I dug up? I got you. Just please note this is data mined and is not currently part of the second major update. So here's your second spoiler warning for an anime Beach Boy pick. Okay, you know what? I will just leave it at that. If you enjoyed this update breakdown, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other Fields of Mistria tips playlist for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.